Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the kitchen. It doesn't feel like 7 days since we were last here. Feels like 2 minutes. The week's flown in. Happy VE Day to everybody. Hope you've enjoyed the sunshine. It's been lovely this afternoon. Celebrating the 75th anniversary of the declaration of the end of the Second World War. So a huge thank you to all of those who played their part in the war effort from everybody. And I think when you see that the current crisis the country's going through at the moment, this is probably as near a comparison as we've had in the last 75 years to what that would have been like back in the 1940s. 1 second, I'm just going to go and grab the door. It's creaked open. So yeah, it's incredible to think of the whole nation being involved in the war effort, and it's quite humbling to think that it's 75 years that since the end of that Second World War. Just to think of how different things could have been if we hadn't been successful in defeating the Nazis back then. So a huge thank you on behalf of Cockermouth Cricket Club to the armed forces and also the people in the country who contributed to the war effort back in 45, and also to those who've since 1945 given their service up for the country in the various armed forces that we've had. Lots of people who join in with the quiz who are veterans of the services. So a big salute to you guys as well, who thoroughly deserve all of the praise and plaudits that you get for serving Queen and country. Once again, we still find ourselves in the midst of the pandemic. So a huge thank you on behalf of Cockermouth Cricket Club for all of the key workers who are doing their bit to keep our country running effectively and efficiently, whether it's in the doctor's surgeries and the hospitals, or whether it is in the supermarkets or the delivery vans, the bin men, everybody who's bin men and ladies, firefighters, all of the services that we need in order to keep the country running effectively and efficiently. So a huge thank you on behalf of the club to all of those people who are risking themselves day in, day out to keep things running as smoothly as they can. So thank you very much for you guys. Let's just one moment for all of the sort of local cricket people who are joining us tonight. I know it's Cockermouth Cricket Club pub quiz, and we opened it up to as many people as we could to try and generate the interest and keep things a little bit more lighthearted on a Friday night and one thing or another. But some sad news has reached the club from within our Cumbria Cricket League community, is that former Seascale and Havrig and Whitehaven player Danny Lee unfortunately passed away yesterday at the age of 29. We played against Danny for several years now. A lot of the lads at Cockermouth played with him through junior age group cricket in the county sides, and Danny was a big hitting batsman and a more than useful bowler, and a thoroughly nice guy to have a pint with as well. So on behalf of everybody at Cockermouth Cricket Club, to the clubs that Danny played at and to Danny's family and friends, we're very sad to hear of his passing, and we really feel your pain at the moment. Okay. So obviously with it being VE Day, I didn't realise last week when I said we'd do the quiz that it would be VE Day, so it slipped my mind at the time when people were asking. We've still got good numbers in, which is nice. So I guess some people are doing it in the garden, some people have had a few drinks and have moved back inside now if it's got a little bit cooler out there. So thank you very much for joining us once again. The aim is to get the first couple of rounds done before the Queen comes on at 9, and if we can get a couple of rounds done and marked and everything by then, that'd be great. We'll have a little 10-minute hiatus for Her Majesty at 9 p.m, and then we'll resume the quiz, and then hopefully tie off everything by 10 o'clock as per usual, so that you can all get yourselves into bed and have a good night's sleep. So that's the plan of action. Just to bring that back to you there, that if at the end of a round or the end of a couple of rounds, if you haven't played before, fire your scores in to me. at that number there, either via WhatsApp or text message. It doesn't matter either way. Also, the cricket club decided that they would like to help the local community as best we could. So we decided to use the virtual pub quiz forum that we've got here to raise money for the North Lakes Food Bank, which supports the most needy in our community in the Workington, Whitehaven and Cockermouth area. And the website is there at the bottom, justgiving.com/crowdfunding/CCC Food Bank. If you are able to make a donation and you haven't done so far, if you are new to us and you would like to make a donation, that would be wonderful. If not, it doesn't matter at all. It's not a problem. I won't have a clue either way, so don't worry about it. But if you are able to, it will be really nice. We're hovering around about the £800 mark, which is absolutely phenomenal because we set out initially to raise £200 to £250, and we've surpassed that and then some. So it is brilliant, and we'll wrap that up in a couple of weeks. I was talking to Angela today about the quiz, and she said, when's it going to end? I said, well, we did say we'd carry on until the end of lockdown. Obviously, if work arrangements and things like that change, we'll have to review that. But for the time being, we will keep going as best we can, and hopefully just give you something different on a Friday night to get your teeth into rather than sitting watching box sets or films on Sky. Okay, who have we got joining us tonight? Let's have a look. My brother-in-law says we're waiting. That was because my nail varnish hadn't dried, Dave. I'd done me toes and they weren't dry. Didn't want to catch them on the island. Kevin Walsh is in the house from Hartlepool. The Horsley Wilkinsons are back for week 6. You get a gold star if you've joined in every week. We've got Liz and Paul from Dorset. Can't get much further south than Dorset. The Hills are checking in. They're not too far away from here, just around the corner. So that's Tony, Eve, Jack and Maxie. The Penrices are in the house, just around the corner as well, hopefully getting stuck into the Whiskey Sours. Borough Ball, Hartlepool Celtic in the house. Jez from Morecambe, again. He's a Leeds man, but he loves my top. Sarah Story, my mum, who's a Celtic fan, isn't happy with the shirt. Oh, sorry about that. It's just the world's most successful football team. The Lightfoots are in the house. Kevin Moore said we used to play in green and white hoops in junior school. Well, I hope you've recovered from that, Kev. Tatiana Bullock, Tat and Simon from Dorset too. There we are. So we've got a Dorset contingent in the house. I wonder what the connection is there. It'd be interesting to find out who the Dorset connection is with. Let's have a little look and see. Oh, my cousin's back down in Brentwood. Raring to go. The Canes are in the house. The Parks and McFaddians are back. The Millers at Lime Tree. And we're out on a lovely bike ride today and enjoying some refreshments at the halfway point. I think it was Bassenthwaite by the looks of it. The Golightleys are in, but they're out in the garden. Party Pool Monkeys are in the house. Somebody shared an image with me. I'm not sure who it was. The Harrod Hill Heroes and Pat Askew. Good evening to you. My mum says the kitchen light's okay now. My cousin's wife, Davina, said, do we need to set up a new Just Giving page for you to get some new shorts? They look a little worn. No, that's how they're meant to be. Cheeky sod. Okay. What else have we got? Is that every? Oh, let's have a look. We've got Ian, Patty, Edward and Patrick in Papcastle. Des Wright, the Junior Football Club and crew are in the house. The Hannah's from sunny Thackley here again. And let's have a look. Who else we've got? Mike Sadler's in the house. Mike and family. Ali and Mike. And that is all the shout-outs we've got so far to begin with. Okay, 2 things to say before we get going. First is a big happy birthday for tomorrow to Olivia Denon, who is going to be 13 years of age. As you can imagine, there'll be no party or no friends around. So Gary and Elaine asked me to give her a big shout-out. So Olivia, I hope you have a great birthday tomorrow. And I'll spare you the singing of happy birthday. So happy birthday for tomorrow, Olivia. And also happy birthday to Harriet, Sam Scully's girlfriend. Harriet was really sad that her party at Energy Trampoline was cancelled and the McDonald's visit afterwards. So Harriet, I hope you get it all sorted out to visit Energy when it reopens after the pandemic dies down. Okay, the Dorset connection is Heather and Steve Sale from Cockermouth, who are hopefully playing tonight too. Well, they were last week. They were very successful last week. The Dale View gang, Lightfoot, the neighbours are joining in as well, so that could be a really strong combo down there on Dale View. The posh bit, just down from us. So, oh, and also happy birthday to my Auntie Barbara for Monday. My cousin just texted me in. Martin Turner says you might be fetched down a bit tonight with the Rangers top on. And if you don't let us win tonight, we're packing in. Come on, Martin. Come on. There we go. It's also Bernie Scully's birthday, Harriet says. So happy birthday, Harriet. So I've done the birthday shout out. Right, and happy birthday, Sarah, as well. Okay, quiz time. So basically, 4 sheets of paper. Do your answers. It's self-marked. Oh, the Dickinsons are in the house on Dale View, and welcome to Ed as well. So good evening to Amanda and Tim and family down there on Dale View, and also their guest, who is Ed, who's joining us tonight too. Answer the questions. We'll go through them again, mark them, have a break, move on to the next round. We'll try and get the first 2 rounds in before Her Majesty comes on at 9 o'clock. We'll have a listen to what she has to say, and then we will resume and finish by 10. Hugh Jundys are in the house. No, I'm not going there again. So let's just make a start with round 1, which is general knowledge. If you hear a watery sound in the background, it's my dishwasher. Ange put it on before, and she set it off before she thought it through. So the dishwasher is on. So that's what the noise is in the background if you hear it. Okay, first round is general knowledge. And it is a 20-question round with 25 possible marks as per usual. I shall let you know if and when the questions are worth more than 1 mark. Okay, so question 1. What is the name given to a 7-sided shape? Question 1. What is the name given to a 7-sided shape? The Bruffs are in the house as well. Penny and Stephen and family. Freddie chipping in with answers, no doubt. Question number 2. A raft, a team, or a paddling are names given to a group of which animals? A raft, a team, or a paddling are names given to a group of which animals? Question 3. Question 3 is a 4-mark question, so fill your boots on number 3 because you could pick up 4 possible marks here. And the question is, what are on the 4 corners squares of a Monopoly board? Question 3, 4 marks. What are on the 4 corner squares of a Monopoly board? Question number 4. The final animal name in the dictionary is the offspring of a male horse and a female zebra. What is it? Question 4. The final animal name in the dictionary is the offspring of a male horse and a female zebra. What is it? Question number 5. For what reason is Valentina Tereshkova famous? Question 5. For what reason is Valentina Tereshkova famous? That's question 5. Question 6. You must be specific. What is the largest mammal on planet Earth? Question 6. What is the largest mammal on planet Earth? Question number 7. How many vertices does a triangular prism have? Vertices or corners? Question 7. How many vertices does a triangular prism have? Question number 8. What is the largest bone in the human body? Question 8. What is the largest bone in the human body? Question 9 is a 2-mark question, and it's to do with the makeup of the Earth's atmosphere. Nitrogen makes up 78% of the Earth's atmosphere. Another gas makes up 21% and another 0.93%. What are the two gases? Which gas makes up 21% and which gas makes up 0.93% of the Earth's atmosphere? And question 10, if I have a little look through and see if we've got any shout outs. If my job was a lexicographer, what would I do for a living? Question 10, if my job was a lexicographer, what would I do for a living? Oh, happy birthday shout out to one of our own, our opening batsman, Matthew Semple. It's his birthday on Thursday, I think, or Wednesday, something like that. What else we got? No, I think we're all right. We're good to carry on. Good to bash on. Okay. Question number 11. What species of animal do cashmere products come from? Question 11. What species of animal do cashmere products come from? Question number 12. What is the name given to a fox's home? Question 12. What is the name given to a fox's home? Parks and McFadden's back again. I think this is week 3 for the Parks and McFadden's. Enjoyed the first 2. And my mate Liam Jackson says he's missing the quiz tonight. He must be down the pub, something like that. Okay, question number 13. What is a baby rabbit called? And you don't get a mark for cute. Question 13. What is a baby rabbit called? Join Damien and say, have you tanned much? I think I burnt a bit on the bike this morning, to be honest, and sat in the garden this afternoon. It's pretty warm up here in Cockermouth. Oh, Andy Yoxall's missing tonight. And Jan. That'll take the alcohol consumption rate down quite considerably. Okay, question number 14. Which planet is the smallest in our solar system? Question 14. Which planet is the smallest in our solar system? Damien Audroy, I'm not sure which one, says it highlights your teeth. I don't think they need much highlighting by the sounds of it. Question 15. What scale is used to measure an earthquake? Don Perignon's back. Keeps posting his answers in the chat. He's wished Sempi happy birthday. He's putting his answers in the chat. He's the right character. Try to work out which one of the lads it is. Question 16. Pakoras are a crispy snack from which country? Question 16. Pakoras are a crispy snack from which country? Question 17 is a 2-mark question. A mojito cocktail originated in which country and what alcoholic spirit does it contain? Question number 17, 2-mark question. A mojito cocktail originated in which country and what is the alcoholic spirit that it contains? Question number 18. Which serious illness, which lasted for almost 3,000 years, was last seen in Somalia in 1977 and was then eradicated by a global vaccination program? Which serious illness, which lasted for almost 3,000 years, was last seen in Somalia in 1977 and was then eradicated by a global vaccination program? I didn't realise it had lasted up until 1977. I thought it had gone before that. Surprised when I had a look into that. Question number 19. After how many years would you be married for to celebrate a pearl wedding? Question 19. After how many years would you be married for to celebrate a pearl wedding? And your final question for this round, question 20. Which star sign does the archer represent? Question 20. Which star sign does the archer represent? Okay, we'll read through the questions again quickly. Question 1. What is the name given to a seven-sided shape? Question 2. A raft, a team, or a paddling are names given to a group of which animals? Question 3 is a 4-mark question. What are on the 4 corners of a Monopoly board? Question 4. The final animal name in the dictionary is the offspring of a male horse and a female zebra. What is it? Question 5. For what reason is Valentina Tereshkova famous? Question 6. What is the largest mammal on planet Earth? Question 7. How many vertices does a triangular prism have? Question 8. What is the largest bone in the human body? Question 9. What percentage of the Earth's atmosphere? Complete this. Nitrogen 78%. What is 21%? And what is 0.93%? Question 10. If my job was a lexicographer, what would I do for a living? 11. What species of animal do cashmere products come from? Question 12. What is the name given to a fox's home? Question 13. A baby rabbit is called a what? Question 14. Which planet is the smallest in our solar system? 15. What scale is used to measure an earthquake? 16. Pakoras are a crispy snack from which country? 17. A mojito cocktail originated in which country? And what is the alcoholic spirit it contains? Question 18. Which serious illness, which lasted 3,000 years, had a mortality rate of about 33% as well, I think, was last seen in Somalia in 1977, but was eradicated by a global vaccination program after that? Question 19. After how many years would you be married for to celebrate a pearl wedding? And question 20. What star sign does the archer represent? Okay, let's have a look and see if we've got any shout outs. Here we've got, my father-in-law says we're stumped tonight. Pardon the pun. There's still 3 more rounds left, John. Don't worry about it. Still 3 rounds to go, so don't panic yet. Okay, here's your answers for round 1, which will give you a mark out of 25. What is the name given to a 7-sided shape? It's a heptagon. Heptagon. Question 2. A raft, a team, or a paddling are names given to a group of which animals? Ducks. Question 2. Ducks. Question 3. 4-mark question. 4 corners of a Monopoly board. We have go, we have free parking, we have go to jail, and we have jail. So we've got go, free parking, go to jail, and jail. That's 4 marks for question 3. The final animal name in the dictionary is the offspring of a male horse and a female zebra. What is it? It's a zorse. It is real. A zorse. I always thought it was fictional, but no, it's a zorse. There are other names like zebu and stuff like that. So if people text in and say, what about this? It does have other names, but a zorse is more than acceptable as it is one of those names. Question 5. For what reason is Valentina Tereshkova famous? She was the first woman in space. First female astronaut. Question 6. What is the largest mammal on planet Earth? It is the blue whale. Blue whale. Question 6. Question 7. How many vertices does a triangular prism have? It has 6. So 3. It's got one triangle on each end with 3 corners. So it has 6. Question 8. The largest bone in the human body. You can have one of 2 answers here. You've got the femur or the thigh bone. I'll let you have either, because I'm being generous tonight with it being VE Day. Femur or thigh bone. Question 9, 2-mark question. What percentage of the Earth's atmosphere? 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 0.93% argon. 21% oxygen, 0.93% argon. Question 10. If my job was a lexicographer, what would I do for a living? I would write dictionaries. Question 10. I would write dictionaries. Question 11. What species of animal do cashmere products come from? They come from goats. They come from cashmere goats. Question 12. What is the name given to a fox's home? It is a den or a burrow. You can have den or you can have burrow for number 12. 13. A baby rabbit is called a what? It is called a kit. Short for kitten. Baby rabbit is called a kit. Number 13. Question 14. Which planet is the smallest in our solar system? It is Mercury. 14, Mercury. Question 15. What scale is used to measure an earthquake? It is the Richter scale. Question 15, Richter scale. 16. Pakoras are a crispy snack from which country? They are from India. Question 16, India. 17. A mojito cocktail originated in which country? Well, it originated in Cuba. And its alcoholic spirit is white rum. Question 17 for 2 marks. Cuba and white rum. 18. Serious illness, which was around for 3,000 years, but was last seen in Somalia in 1977 and was eradicated by a global vaccination program, was smallpox. Question 18 is smallpox. Question 19. How many years would you be married for to celebrate a pearl wedding? Well, it's 30 years. Question 19. 30 years. Deserve more than a pearl necklace for managing 30 years. Wow. Tremendous effort. Question 20. Which star sign does the archer represent? Sagittarius. Question 20. Sagittarius. Okay, that should give you a total of 25 marks, I'm hoping. And count them up. See how many you got on. Miller's 23 out of 25. Great start for you. Join Damien, get all the booze questions right. Good stuff. I'll tell you what, I'd love to come and visit your bar. It looks absolutely tremendous. The Miller's at Lime Tree, 23 out of 25. My father-in-law said he struggled on that round. Let's see how we got on with the marks. Oh, the Golightly's cocktails look good. 21 for the Canes. Well done, Canes. The Hills, 19. Good start, solid. Mum says the lighting's better now. I turned the light on before. Ooh, Mike's struggling, 17. Chad Pearson, 19 out of 25. Well done to the Pearsons. Tough round for us. Suzanne and Martin at Dereham, 18. Ooh, 22 for my cousin, Zonky. Oh, at least you were honest. You could have said that. 18. Oh, Paddy and Liv are in the house now. So 18 for Hugh Jundies, which is good. Good one. 19 for the Party Pool Monkeys. Let's have a look. 20. Matilda enjoyed the planets one. 20 for Ben, Sam, Matilda, Henry, and Elliot down there in Brentwood. Dorset, 20. Dorset contingent. Tom Murphy, 16. Jez has been on the drink. 13. Kevin Walsh, 18. Penrice's, Katie, 20. Burrabore, 18. Some solid starts tonight. Oh, that's lovely, that is. Join Damien says, you're welcome and lockdown is lifted. You and Ange find a babysitter and come down for some drinks. Down to Leeds. 18 out of 25 for the Hannahs. Thanks, Join Damien. I'll take you up on that. We've got some other good friends in Leeds as well. The Williams is 17, 21 for the Go Lightleys, 18 for the Parks and McFaddians. Happy birthday to Hattie. Happy birthday, Hattie. If it's today or whenever it is, happy birthday to you. I'll spare you the singing. 17 for Joy and Damien. Some good scores here. Oh, Burrowball, sorry, got a 19. Miscounted. Cook and Co, 18. All right, some good scores coming in. I'll be able to find out what they've got in the living room. Jack Me Off, 20. Gary Denham says Leeds. Big Leeds fan, he's Gaz. Loves the Leeds, marching on together and all that. Good show on Netflix, actually, that Leeds one. Okay. Right, I am going to forego my toilet visit and beer glass replenishments for tonight because we want to get bashed and get the second round done and marked and everything before. Oh, 19 from the wife in the living room. That's a good effort, Ange. Well done. And Cam and Izzy through there in the living room. 19, Desiree and Alison celebrate 25 years of marriage this summer. Oh, the kids have gone. They've left her. They're on the trampoline. I'm assuming the kids are on the trampoline, not Ange. Let's have a look. So 25 years. That's brilliant, that Des. My sister as well this year. Okay. Right. Let's have a look, see what else we've got coming in. Yeah, I'll announce the Just Giving page for my shorts at a later date. Well done, Ange. 19 is really good effort, that, especially on your own. Oh, Lightfoot said that was a tough round, was it? I feel bad now. Violent people with toughness. 20 for the Lawleys and Scullies together on Zoom. 20 for the Smiths. 16 for the Lightfoots. Jane and Steph in Bolton got 20. Right. Steph and Jane for Bolton. 20 out of 25. That's good, that. Really good start. Okay. 22 for the Horse Wilkinsons. And Smoggies can't count. Okay. Round 2. Entertainment. We'll get this done and marked. And then we can have a little brief hiatus for Her Majesty the Queen. And then we'll get back to it. Okay. Round 2. Question. Harriet, I gave you a birthday shout out. I did it right at the beginning. I gave you a birthday shout out. I said, Harriet, Sam Scully's girlfriend, it's her birthday this week. And she's really upset because her party at Energy Trampolining and her visit to McDonald's with her friends afterwards was cancelled. But she's looking forward to it reopening so she can go then. So I did give you a shout out at the beginning. You obviously tuned in late for it, Harriet. Okay, round 2, question 1. Somebody said that was a hard round. Sorry about that. It's just the look of the draw sometimes. Question 1. Joan Collins played Alexis Colby on which popular 1980s soap? Question 1. Joan Collins played Alexis Colby in which popular 1980s soap? Harriet, slow Wi-Fi again, obviously. There you go. Yeah. Brother-in-law says, hope we can celebrate the wedding anniversary in style this year too, right? Let's hope so. Get that cocktail bar out. Question number 2. What was the screen name of the Bond girl in the movie Goldfinger? Question number 2. What was the screen name of the Bond girl in the movie Goldfinger? Question number 3. Which famous Wallsend-born singer's real name is Gordon Sumner? Which famous Wallsend-born singer's real name is Gordon Sumner? Oh, 17, John. That wasn't bad on round 1. Okay, question number 4 is a 2-mark question. Bang & Olufsen are a company most famously associated with what type of product and in which country did they form in? Question number 4, 2-mark question. Bang & Olufsen are a company most famously associated with what type of product and in which country did they form? Oh, question number 5. I've spent some hours of my life on this one. Trevor Phillips, Tommy Vercetti, Carl Johnson, Nico Bellic, and Ken Rosenberg have all been key characters in which popular video game series? Number 5, Trevor Phillips, Tommy Vercetti, Carl Johnson, Nico Bellic, and Ken Rosenberg have all been key characters in which popular video game series? Probably apart from Football Manager, probably my favourite video game series of all time. Question number 6. In which popular soap, which ran from 1978 to 1991, were the Ewing family featured? Question number 6. In which popular soap, which ran from 1978 to 1991, were the Ewing family featured? Rachel Ken and Cook & Co. 18. So that's a good effort. 22 for the Horsley Wilkinsons in that first round. That's a top effort, that is. Really good. Okay, question number 7. Which character haunted the dreams of teenagers on Elm Street? Question number 7. Which character haunted the dreams of teenagers on Elm Street? Question number 8 for 2 marks. Who composed the musical score for the musical Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat? And who wrote the lyrics for the songs? Question number 8, 2-mark question. Who composed the musical score for the musical Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat? And who wrote the lyrics for the songs? They worked together on several musicals. I think Cricket might actually be in the last one they worked together on, which was a 1988 production. Question number 9 is also a 2-mark question. Which world-famous company started as a trading company in 1938 and today produce one of the 2 best-selling mobile phone brands along with Apple? And in which country are they from? Question number 9, 2-mark question. Which world-famous company started as a trading company in 1938 and today produce one of the 2 top best-selling mobile phone brands along with Apple? And from which country do they come? Be specific with the country. 2-mark question. Question number 10, also for 2 marks, another game which took hours of my life away as a younger person. Which game, created by Alexei Pajitnov, shot to fame on an early handheld Nintendo console? What was the game name and what was the console version? Question number 10, a 2-mark question. Which game, which was created by Alexei Pajitnov, shot to fame on an early handheld Nintendo console? What was the name of the game and what was the name of the console version? Mum's still got mine shut in the cupboard somewhere at home. Question number 11. Which game show presented by Roy Walker came with the catchphrase, "Say what you see"? Class on a Saturday tea time this was. Question 11. Which game show presented by Roy Walker came with the catchphrase, "Say what you see"? Bit of a clue there. Question 12. Who won his 2nd Oscar in 2 years for his portrayal of Forrest Gump? Question 12. Who won his 2nd Oscar in 2 years for his portrayal of Forrest Gump? Question 13. Which band had hits with Disco 2000, Something's Changed, and Common People? Question 13. Which band had hits with Disco 2000, Something's Changed, and Common People? Question number 14. 2-mark question. Amstrad was an electronics company founded in 1968 by which British entrepreneur at the age of only 21? And which football club did he buy in June 1991? Question 14 is a 2-mark question. Amstrad was an electronics company founded in 1968 by which British entrepreneur at the age of only 21? And which football club did he buy in June 1991? Question 15. Who was the name and the face of PGA Tour golf console games from 1999 to 2013? I'll read that out in a minute. Question number 15. Who was the name and face of PGA Tour golf console games from 1999 to 2013? Tony Hills is happy with question number 14. It's his team. Question number 16. Who presents The Chase on ITV? My mum will definitely get that right. Question 16. Who presents The Chase on ITV? Question number 17. Who links the films The Gentleman, Love Actually, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and 2 Weeks' Notice? Who links the films The Gentleman, Love Actually, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and 2 Weeks' Notice? Question number 18. Carlos Santana, Dave Davis, and Jimi Hendrix are or were all masters of which musical instrument? Question 18. Carlos Santana, Dave Davis, and Jimi Hendrix are or were masters of which musical instrument? Question 19. Which TV service launched in the United Kingdom on the 5th of February 1989? Question 19. Which TV service launched in the United Kingdom on the 5th of February 1989? Still on the trampoline. Question 20. Final question for this round. Lara Croft is the key character in which console game series? Question 20. Lara Croft is the key character in which console game series? Right, Brian Golightly said, I'm upset by this. Where's he at? I walked out to do the garden and wondered what Michelle was watching on my laptop, and I thought, crikey, Ali McCoyster's now let himself go. But then I recognised the curtains and realised the quiz had started. Oh, belter. Absolute belter. Cheers, Brian. Any comparison with Super Ali will do for me. My sister, Mrs. Ewing. That's a good picture, Dave, is that? Good at. Question 1. Popular with who, says Martin Turner? Popular with people, Martin. Popular in the 80s. Okay, here's the questions again. Question 1. Joan Collins played Alexis Colby in which popular 80s soap? Question 2. What was the screen name of Bond girl in the movie Goldfinger? Not sure you get away with it now. Question 3. Which famous Wallsend-born singer's real name is Gordon Sumner? Question 4, 2-mark question. Bang & Olufsen are a company most famously associated with what kind of product, and in which country did they form? Question number 5. Trevor Phillips, Tommy Vercetti, Carl Johnson, Nico Bellic, and Ken Rosenberg have been key characters in which popular video game series? Question number 6. In which popular soap, which ran from 1978 to 1991, were the Ewing family featured? Question 7. Which character haunted the dreams of teenagers on Elm Street? Probably the dreams of people who watched the films as well. Question number 8. Who composed the musical score for Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and who wrote the lyrics for the songs? That's question 8, a 2-mark question. Question 9 is also a 2-mark question. Which world-famous company started as a trading company in 1938 and today produce one of the top 2 best-selling mobile phone brands along with Apple? And from which country do they come from? Be specific with your country. Question 10, 2-mark question. Which game, created by Alexei Pajitnov, shot to fame on an early handheld Nintendo console? What was the name of the game and what was the console version? Question 11. Which game show presented by Roy Walker came with the slogan, "Say what you see"? Which game show presented by Roy Walker came with the slogan, "Say what you see"? Question 12. Who won his second Oscar in 2 years for his portrayal of Forrest Gump? 13. Which band had hits with Disco 2000, Something Changed, and Common People? 14. 2-mark question. Amstrad was an electronics company founded in 1968 by which then 21-year-old British entrepreneur, and which football club did he buy in June 1991? Question 15. Who was the name and face of PGA Tour golf games from 1999 until 2013? 16. Who presents The Chase on ITV? 17. Who links the films The Gentleman, Love Actually, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and 2 Weeks' Notice? 18. Carlos Santana, Dave Davis, and Jimi Hendrix are or were all masters of which musical instrument? Question 19. Which TV service launched in the United Kingdom on the 5th of February 1989? And your final question for this round. Lara Croft is the key character in which console game series? Okay, so we have just enough time to whip through the answers before we take a brief hiatus for Her Majesty's speech, and then we'll resume after that. So, your answers for round 2. Question 1. Joan Collins played Alexis Colby in Dynasty. Number 1 is Dynasty. Question 2. What was the screen name of the Bond girl in the movie Goldfinger? It was Pussy Galore. Pussy Galore. Question 2. Question 3. Which famous Wall's End born I've said that twice now. Wall's End born singer's real name is Gordon Sumner. It's Sting. Sting is Gordon Sumner. Apparently, he used to wear a yellow and black striped jumper, made him look like a wasp, so that's how he got the nickname. Question 4, 2-mark question. Bang & Olufsen are a company most associated with what? Well, it's sound systems or speakers. And in which country did they form in? They formed above a cottage in Denmark in 1928. And they are from Denmark. So speakers or sound systems, and they are from Denmark. Question 4. Trevor Phillips, Tommy Vercetti, Carl Johnson, Nico Bellic, and Ken Rosenberg have been key characters in the video game series Grand Theft Auto. Question 5. Grand Theft Auto. Question 6. In which popular soap, which ran from 1978 to 1991, and a big favourite of Martin Turner, the mayor of Bridekirk, featured the Ewing family? It is Dallas. Dallas. Question 6. Question 7. Which character haunted the dreams of teenagers on Elm Street? Freddy Krueger, with his knife glove. Question 8. 2-mark question. Who composed the musical score for the amazing Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat? Well, it was Andrew Lloyd Webber. And who wrote the lyrics for the songs? It was Tim Rice. Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice. Question number 9. Which world-famous company started as a trading company in 1938 and today produced one of the 2 top-selling mobile phones with Apple? It is Samsung, and they are from South Korea. Question 9. Samsung and South Korea. Question 10, also a 2-mark question. Which game, created by Alexei Pajitnov, shot to fame on an early handheld Nintendo console? Well, the game is Tetris, And the console is the Nintendo Game Boy. Tetris and Game Boy. Oh, is it Talentire? Oh, it could be of the parish. It's Talentire. I got a bit. Yeah, it's not far apart. It's Talentire. Sorry, Martin. Did you text that in? Was it the butler? Oh, dearie me. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one, lad. Question 11. Which game show presented by Roy Walker comes with the slogan, "Say what you see"? It was catchphrase. And Mr. Chips used to come on and used to have the bonus round. Little bits used to be revealed. It was a great programme, that. Question 12. Who won his second Oscar in 2 years for his portrayal of Forrest Gump? It was, of course, Tom Hanks for question 12. Question 13. Which band had hits with Disco 2000, Something Changed, and Common People? It was Pulp. Question 13 is Pulp. 14, 2-mark question. Amstrad was an electronics company founded in 1968 by the then 21-year-old Alan Sugar. If you've got Sir Alan Sugar, you can have that, no problem at all. And in June 1991, he beat off Robert Maxwell to take over as chairman and owner of Tottenham Hotspur, or Spurs. Where are we at now? Let's have a look. Question 15. Who was the name and face of PGA Tour golf from 1999 to 2013 on every console going? It was Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, question 15. Question 16. Who presents The Chase on ITV? It is Bradley Walsh. Bradley Walsh. Question number 17. Who links the films The Gentleman, Love Actually, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and 2 Weeks' Notice? It is Hugh Grant. Question 17. Question 18. Carlos Santana, Dave Davis, and Jimi Hendrix are or were masters of which instrument? They were all masters of the guitar. Question 19, your penultimate question for round 2, the entertainment round. Which TV service launched in the UK on the 5th of February 1989? It was Sky Television, or as it was then, B Sky B. Sky Television or B Sky B. And question 20, final question for the entertainment round. Lara Croft is the key character in which console game series? It is Tomb Raider. Question 20, Tomb Raider. Well, we could not have done this any better if we planned it. It is now Lord Sugar. Okay, you can have Lord Sugar, no problem at all. That's my cousin, just clarify that. You can have Lord Sugar, no problem. More than acceptable. Good to have you check that one though, Thomas. I like that. It's very clear and concise. My brother-in-law's just sent a belter. It's not for this. Williams got 23 on that round, on the entertainment round. Right back in the game with 23. Gary Dennis said, I've got more hair than Ali McCoy, even with my my CV19 haircut. That's great. Full marks for the Hills. Mike Sadler, 21. 22 for Joy and Damien. Phenomenal. Full marks is great for the Hills. Williams, 23. I can't wait to find out. My cousin Thomas, 24. Miller's 21. Oh, this is really good tonight. Chad Pearson, 21. The Pearsons. Pepsi will be chipping in. I bet he used to watch Dynasty. John Collins and the gang. Parks and McFadden's 22. Well, it's really good to have some really great scores in. What else we got down the side? Okay. Where are we at? 23 for Burrabore. 18 for Jez. Well done. 24 for the Penrices. Top banana. 20 for Kevin Walsh. 20 for Tatiana down in Dorset, the Dorset Brigade. Stephen James, 17 this round. Only 17, don't sell yourself short. Right, we're going to have a little intermission now whilst we go and watch Her Majesty the Queen, and we shall resume straight after and be right onto the sport round. We're halfway through and we will be done by 10 o'clock as per usual. So keep firing your things in. I'll give you all a readout when we get back from watching the Queen. Okay? You'll see by this I am no artist at all.
need to make yourself a drink. Make yourself a drink.
Okie dokie, let's have a little look down some of the scores we've got in at the halfway point. Mike says, great picture by the kids. I'm absolutely crap at art. Thankfully, I've got some wonderful people at school who do that for me. Nice artwork from the Dickinsons. Yeah, I'm not sure Ofsted will be too impressed by it, but hey ho, we can't do it. Lovely words from the Queen. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Just thought it'd be nice to have a little break there, just to see what Her Majesty had to say. It's always worth listening to it. Okay, let's have a little look down. I really 21-17, 38 out of 50 for Ali and Mike, the Saddlers, and a compliment on the artwork. 45 for Ben and the kids and Sam down in Brentwood. 21 for the Lightfoots. That's 37 out of 50 thus far. 21 out of 25 for Mrs. Miller. 44 out of 50. Great stuff. Ooh, 24 for Thomas. 46 for my cousin down in West Hampstead. And Davina as well, even though she insulted my shorts. I think they're on Zoom with my auntie. Wow, 22. Told you, John. There you go. 22-17, 39. Back in the game. What can I say? Don't despair. 39 for Gary and Elaine, Olivia and Leighton, the Denhams. Good score and a nice compliment on my hair. Thanks for the compliments on the artwork. 38 for Suzanne and Martin. Hard going tonight. Must have had too much sun today. 38 still competitive. We're still in the game with 38. 20 from the Wrights on Brigham Road. So that's 39 overall for Des and Ali. And Des, let's have a look. And Alison, yeah, Des and Alison, 39. 22 from the Hannahs. 1840 for the Hannahs. Good. Party Pool Monkeys, 22. Good stuff. 41 for you. 21 for Hugh Jundies. So that's 39 overall. Let's have a look as we go. Eddie, our next door neighbour, got 18. Say hello to him. Hello, Eddie. Is this your first time, Eddie? If so, I hope you're enjoying it and boosting the Lightfoots up. Let's have a look and see what we've got down the side here. 24 for the Penrices. Not sure what you've got overall. Can't remember what your first round score was, but that's really, really good. Tom Murphy, 21. Really solid from Tom tonight. Cook and Co, 19 on that round. 23 for the Horsley Wilkinsons. Did you get 22 on the first round as well? That's 45 at least for you. 38 in total so far for Kevin Walsh. Burrabort, 65. 41 in total. Great start from you. Tatiana, the Dorset contingent, 40. And the Penrices are back now and ready to quiz. They've enjoyed... Oh, Eddie's playing by himself. So a shout out. So he isn't helping the Lightfoots. Eddie's playing solo, which is not easy. Angela's did that last round solo in the living room. It's not easy on your own. 24 for the Addicots, 43 in total so far. 44 for the Penrices in total. Thank you very much. Can recommend a whiskey sour, by the way. My brother-in-law makes a tremendous whiskey sour. I bought my own cocktail shaker and ingredients, and I'm enjoying a once-weekly whiskey sour on a Saturday night. So if you wish to look up the recipe for that, get yourself a shaker, bottle of bourbon. Whiskey sour is the way forwards. Okay, so we are back up to where we were prior to our brief hiatus, and look like we're ready for round 3, which is the sport round. It's not a problem if anyone joins us late, because as you know, we'll read through the questions again, so if anyone does join us late, they can catch up. So let's get cracking. So we're done by 10 o'clock because I need my beauty sleep. So round 3 is the sport round, so get your scribes ready and prepared for question number 1. Which is, which football club plays its home games at Bloomfield Road? Question number 1. Which football club plays its home games at Bloomfield Road? Craig down in Bury said, evening everyone, Colette's done great on her own. Brilliantly. I hope you're back now to help her out, Craig, from a long shift at the hospital there, mate. So welcome back, welcome to the quiz. Get yourself a cold one and sit yourself down. Question number 2. In 1992, Sachin Tendulkar became the overseas player at which major English cricket county? He was the first overseas player they ever had, because until that point, to play for that county, you had to be born within that county's borders. So in 1992, Sachin Tendulkar became the overseas player at which major English county? He was the first player not born in that county to play for them. Which county is it? Very traditional in their cricketing context. Question number 3. Which Formula One driver, born in 1953 in Upton-on-Severn, won the Formula One World Championship in 1992, then the next year won the CART IndyCar World Series? Which British Formula One driver, born in 1953 in Upton-on-Severn, won the Formula One World Championship in 1992, then the next year won the CART IndyCar World Series? He also had a Sinclair Spectrum game named after him. It was really hard. I used to slide off the track dead easy in that one. Somebody says, bollocks if lots of people get that. Which one's that then? Number 2. Question number 4. When England won the Rugby World Cup in 2003, in which country was the Rugby World Cup held? Question 4. When England won the Rugby World Cup in 2003, in which country was the Rugby World Cup held? I remember watching it in my classroom at Broughton Primary School. We use it as a maths lesson because we're adding the points up. Question number 5. Which female former wheelchair racer who won 11 Olympic gold medals was awarded the BBC Sports Personality of the Year Lifetime Achievement Award in 2019? Which female former wheelchair racing champion who won 11 Olympic gold medals was awarded the BBC Sports Personality of the Year Lifetime Achievement Award in 2019? Question number 6. The Tour of Flanders is an annual road cycling race event held in which European country? Question 6. The Tour of Flanders is an annual road cycling race held in which European country each year? Except for this year, of course. Question number 7. In NFL, or American football, if you score a touchdown and then follow it up with a successful 2-point conversion, how many points would you score? In NFL, or American football, if you scored a touchdown and followed it up with a successful 2-point conversion, how many points would you score? Question number 8 is a 2-mark question. Which 2 Scottish clubs did Andy Robertson play for prior to joining Hull City and then eventually Liverpool? Question number 8, 2-mark question. Which 2 Scottish clubs did Andy Robertson play for prior to joining Hull City and then, obviously, Liverpool? Question number 9. Which car brand does the rally team M Sport use? Which car brand does the rally team M Sport use? Question number 9. Question number 10. The Border Raiders were a rugby league team based in which English city before they merged with another team? Also in the county that they were in. Question 10. The Border Raiders were a rugby league team based in which English city before they merged with another team, also in the same county? So where did the Border Raiders play before they were merged with another team? Not where do they play now? Where did they originally play? Question 11. In which US city are the NHL team, the Golden Knights, based? Question 11. In which US city are the NHL team, the Golden Knights, based? If you're not sure, take a gamble on that one. Number 11, have a go. Question 12. With which sport are the following terms associated? Air ball, a bank shot, a double dribble, and a dead ball. Question 12. With which sport are the following terms associated? An air ball, a bank shot, a double dribble, and a dead ball. Question 13 is a 2-mark question. The Potteries Derby in football involves which 2 teams? Question 13 is a 2-mark question. The Potteries Derby in football involves which 2 teams? Question number 14, also a 2-mark question. Which sprinter won 8 Olympic gold medals and 11 World Championship golds and also holds the 100-metre and 200-metre world records, and which country does he come from? Question 14, 2-mark question. Which sprinter won 8 Olympic golds and 11 World Championship golds, and he also still holds the 100 and 200-metre world records, and which country does he come from? Question number 15. Eddie Merckx leads the way with 34 stage wins in which major cycling race? Question 15. Eddie Merckx leads the way with 34 stage wins in which major cycling race? He's 4 ahead of Mark Cavendish. I don't think we'll catch him now. He's held that record for a considerable number of years as well, Eddie Merckx, a Belgian cyclist. I mean, which race is that? Question 16 is a 2-mark question. For which 2 countries could Karim Benzema have played international football for? Question 16 is a 2-mark question. For which 2 countries could Karim Benzema have played international football for? He has played for one of them, but who is the other country that he could have played for? Question 17. In the year 1895, Englishman Horace Rawlins won which foreign trophy in its inaugural year in golf? In 1895, English golfer Horace Rawlins won which foreign trophy in its first year that it run? So you might have to today's effort. I put a few miles in today. Yeah, I'm not reading that out. That name. Yeah, I got a few miles under the saddle today. Bit of climbing as well. No good on the sprint, so. So Horace Rawlins, he won the first ever version of this trophy, but which is it? 1895, overseas. I know he got there. Must have been by boat. Question 18. Mike Trout, Gerrit Cole are the 2 highest paid players in which sport? Question 18. Mike Trout and Gerrit Cole are the 2 highest paid players in which sport? I can tell you that Mike Trout earns $37 million a year and Gerrit Cole earns $36 million a year. So he must feel really hard done by because he's paid $1 million a year less than Mike Trout. Not a bad job if you can get it, if you're good enough. Question 19, a 2-mark question. Dennis Compton played for England at which 2 sports? Question 19, Dennis Compton played for England at which 2 sports? Imagine me good enough to play for England at 1 sport. But imagine me good enough to play for England at 2 sports. Or any country. Incredible that. Question 20, final question for the sport round. In In which Midlands county would you find the Formula One race circuit Silverstone? Question 20. In which Midlands county would you find the Formula One race circuit Silverstone? Okay, here's your sports round again. We'll read through from 1 to 20 and also tell you which questions are the 2-mark questions. Question 1. Who plays at Bloomfield Road? Question 1. Question 2. Sachin Tendulkar in 1992 became the first player not born in this county to play for them. Which county is it? Question 3. Which Formula One driver, born in 1953 in Upton-on-Severn, won the Formula One World Championship in 1992, then the next year won the CART IndyCar World Series? He also had a Spectrum game out that was used to slide off on the oil. When you're in the lead, it was so annoying. Question 4. When England won the Rugby World Cup in 2003, who were the hosts? Which country was it held in? We beat them in the final. Question 5. Which female former wheelchair athlete or racer won 11 Olympic gold medals and became a lifetime award winner of the BBC Sports Personality of the Year trophy in 2019? Question 6. Tour of Flanders is an annual road race cycling event held in which country each year? Question 7. In NFL or American football, if you score a touchdown and follow it up with a successful 2-point conversion, how many points would you score? Question 8. 2-mark question. Which 2 Scottish clubs did Andy Robertson play for prior to joining Hull City? And then eventually, obviously, he's moved on to Liverpool, where he's a very, very fine left back. Question number 9. Which car brand does Rally Team M Sport use? Question 10. The Border Raiders were a rugby league team based in which English city before they merged? Question 11. In which US city are the NHL team the Golden Knights based? That's ice hockey. You're not sure? Take a punt. Question 12. With which sport are the following terms associated? Airball, a bank shot, a double dribble, and a dead ball. 13 is a 2-mark question. The Potteries Derby involves which 2 teams? 14 is a 2-mark question. Which sprinter won 8 Olympic golds and 11 World Championship golds and still holds, despite the fact he's retired now, still holds the 100 and 200 metre world records? And which country does he come from? 15, Eddie Merckx leads the way with 34 stage wins in which major cycling race? 16 is a 2-mark question. For which 2 countries could Karim Benzema have played international football for? If you're not sure, have a think about his name. 17. In 1895, the English golfer Horace Rawlins won this foreign trophy in its inaugural year. Which foreign trophy was it? Still play for it today. Question 18. Mike Trout and Gerrit Cole are the 2 highest paid players in which sport with their measly $37 and $36 million salaries? 19 is a 2-mark question. Dennis Compton played for England at which 2 sports? And question 20. In which Midlands county would you find Silverstone? Okay, here we go with the answers. Question number 1. Who plays at Bloomfield Road? It is Blackpool. The Seasiders. Blackpool play at Bloomfield Road. Question 2. Sachin Tendulkar became the first player born outside of Yorkshire. Question number 2 is Yorkshire. Up until 1992, you had to be born within the county of Yorkshire. Question 3. Which Formula One driver won the 1992 Formula One World Championship and then followed it up with the CART IndyCar World Series the next year, 1993? It was Nigel Mansell. Nigel Mansell, absolute legend. Question 4. When England won the Rugby World Cup in 2003, in which country was it held? It was held in Australia. It was scheduled to be held in Australia and New Zealand, but there was a contractual dispute and New Zealand lost their chance to hold it, so it was held solely in Australia. Question 5. Which female former wheelchair racer won 11 Olympic golds and also was awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Sports Personality of the Year in 2019? Dame Tanni Grey-Thompson, or Tanni Grey-Thompson will do. Tanni Grey-Thompson, question 5. Question 6. The Tour of Flanders is an annual road cycling race held in which country each year? It's held in Belgium. Question 6. Flanders is in Belgium. Question 7. In NFL, if you score a touchdown and followed it with a successful 2-point conversion, how many points would you score? Well, you get 6 for a touchdown, 2 for a 2-point conversion, so you would score 8. Question 8. 2-mark question. Which 2 Scottish clubs did Andy Robertson play for prior to joining Hull City? And he then obviously went on and is now signed for Liverpool. He's a very, very fine left back. He started his career at Queen's Park, and then he played for Dundee United. So it's Queen's Park and Dundee United, then Hull City, and then Liverpool. Question 9. Which car brand does Rally Team M Sport use? They use Bentley. They used to use Ford, but now they use Bentley. Question 9. Question 10. The Border Raiders were a rugby league team based in which English city? They only had one season there. I think it was 1997. And they were based in Carlisle before they merged with the Barrow Braves, and Barrow are now the Barrow Border Raiders. Although I'm not quite sure which border they're raiding, because they couldn't be any further really from the English-Scottish border, unless they're, just took the name on as something, but they're not really border raiders, but that's what they're known as now. Bit of a strange one. Question 11. In which US city are the NHL team, the Golden Knights, based? They're based in Las Vegas. Try to give you a bit of a clue with the take a gamble or a punt. It's Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Golden Knights. They are the newest addition to the NHL. Question 12. With which sport are the following terms associated? Air ball, bank shot, double dribble, and a dead ball. It is basketball. Question 12, basketball. Question 13, 2-mark question. The Potteries Derby involves which 2 teams? It involves Stoke City and Port Vale. Question 13, Stoke City and Port Vale, the Potteries Derby. Question 14, 2-mark question. Which sprinter won 8 Olympic gold medals and 11 World Championship golds and still holds 100-metre and 200-metre world records, despite the fact he's retired? It's, of course, Usain Bolt, and he comes from Jamaica. Usain Bolt from Jamaica. 15, Belgian Eddy Merckx leads the way with 34 stage wins in which cycling race? It is the Tour de France. Oh, Ford. Gary says Ford is the rally cars. Bentley, they're not the rally cars. Ford is the rally cars at M Sport. We'll come back to that one. Just wait till I get to the end of the round, guys. Is it Bentley engines or something like that they're using? It's Bentley's definitely got something to do with it. Is it possibly the engines? Anyway, we'll come back to that in a wee minute or two. Yeah, question 16, 2-mark question. For which 2 countries could Karim Benzema have played international football for? Well, it's France is one because he plays for them. The other is Algeria because he had Algerian parents. So Karim Benzema, France and Algeria for 2 marks. Question 17. In 1895, English golfer Horace Rawlins won which foreign trophy in its inaugural year? It was the US Open. Horace Rawlins won the US Open. He probably didn't even bother trying to set off back to the UK before he played in the next one the next year. It took ages on a boat. Back in the day, 1895. Great effort that though. US Open. 18, Mike Trout, who's a centre fielder, and Gerrit Cole, who's a starting pitcher, are the highest paid players in baseball. Mike Trout is the centre fielder for the LA Angels, and Gerrit Cole, the starting pitcher for the Yankees. 37. Okay, Bentley is an M Sport team, but a different discipline. All right, so we'll come back to that, and we'll give you 2 answers for that one. We'll come back to that in a second. So, question 19, 2 marks. Dennis Compton played for England at which 2 sports? It was football and cricket. He was known as the Brill Cream Boy. Dennis Compton played football for Arsenal, cricket for Middlesex, and England at both. Question 20, in which Midlands county would you find Silverstone? It is in Northamptonshire. We used to get a golf right next to it, and you were just behind the Hanger Strait. There's cricket in there. Okay, so we'll allow Bentley or Ford for the M Sport question. I think that's the fairest way to do it because they do have teams in both of those things. I would hate for any confusion. So if you've got Bentley, you can have a mark. If you've got Ford, you can also have a mark. Add up your scores for that round, fire them in, if you wish, or if you wish to hold on to them and add them to your final score round and fire in your final score, because I think we've got a really close game on tonight. And we're also in great time, even with our intermission period for Her Majesty the Queen's speech. We are at 9:32 and look like we're on schedule for a 10 o'clock finish, which would be tremendous. Penrice is 64 out of 75. 22 for Hugh Jundies. What does that give us in total? Well, let's come at the end. Oh, Tatiana, 14, not our best round. Only 1 out of 4 of us had a clue. That's the only problem with sport. Burrabor, 18, poor. Well, you're just going to wait and see what everyone else has got. 64 for the Hillsies out of 75. It's great. Love it. You're right, Gary, about the M Sport thing. Thanks for that. Chadder's 24 in that round, 64 in total, 64 for the Denhams. Oh, this is nice and tight. I like this. This is really good. Kevin Walsh, 57 on his own as well. That's a great effort if you're on your own. Next time you got a pub quiz with your mates, when all this business ended, you'll be absolutely on fire. Burrabor, 59. Are you on your own, Burrabor? Williams is 60. 57 out of 75 for Parks and McFadden's. Tough round. Let's have a look at what else we've got here. Some good ones coming in. It's really close tonight. I like it. 63 for the Go Lightly. 63, 64. Miller's 16 out of 25. Oh, not only a break for the Queen's speech. Katie was out on the patio singing, "We'll meet again." Well, we could have popped outside the front and had a listen. I didn't hear her, no. I was in the living room, unfortunately. 64 for the Hills. 22, 21, 18, 40, 61 for Hugh Jundies, 14 for Craig, 16 for the Lightfoots in that round. Tom Murphy, 15. Burrabor's not on his own. Horsley Wilkinson, 65 out of 75. Wow, this is really good tonight. We've got some great scores flying around here. 64 for the Denhams. Stephen Jane, 10. 47, you've had a bit of a shocker on that round. Don't worry, Miller. 23, 21, 16. You're still at 60. It's absolutely not a problem. Oh, somebody says, Kev, you're on your own because you smell. That's harsh. That's Burrabor. I don't know. Okay. So the fourth round is our geography and history round. Oh, Rachel Kennan, Cook and Coat, 54.75. Solid. It's good. I haven't had a shout through from the living room yet to see what Angela's got through there. It's 56 for Susanna Martin through at Dereham. Well done, gang. Great stuff. Is there a sport round every week? Dan says, yeah, there is, yeah. Dan, would you like it easier or harder than that? If you reply, I'll do my best. 60 for the Cams in South Shield. Good work, Steve. Great stuff. There's a lot between sort of 57 and 65 here. I think 66 our highest so far, somewhere around there. Well, all will be revealed at the end. Okay, final round. Dan, if you want it easier, let me know, and I'll put some easier questions in the sport round. There is a sport round every week, but let me know what you're interested in. What sports are you interested in? If there's anything you would like a question on or something like that, I can drop it in there for you. So your final round tonight is geography and history. 20 questions, 25 possible marks, which will give you a total out of 100. Okay. Kevin says I got a cricket question right. Sachin Tendulkar one. Very good. Well done, Kevin. Okay, question number one. Question number one for the final round, geography and history. Which country's flag sees an eagle devouring a serpent on a white background between green and red stripes? Question one. Which country's flag sees an eagle devouring a serpent on a white background between green and red stripes? Question number two. Hideki Tojo was the general of which country's army during the Second World War? Question two. Hideki Tojo was the general of which country's army during the Second World War? Craig says, how's South Shields? Can't wait for this little Haven Hotel to open again. Question three. On the banks of the River Tiber, landlocked by Italy, Which is the world's smallest country? Question 3. On the banks of the River Tiber, landlocked by Italy, which is the world's smallest country? By size, that is. And probably by population, I would have thought as well. Question number 4 is a 2-mark question. Her Majesty's yacht was launched in 1953 and decommissioned in 1997. What was the yacht's name, and where is it now a popular tourist attraction? Question 4 is a 2-mark question. And the dishwasher's finished. Can you come and empty it? Her Majesty's yacht launched in 1953 and was decommissioned in 1997. What was its name, and where is it now a popular tourist attraction? I have been, and it's well worth it. Had a great visit. Question 5. Mount Denali is the highest peak in which country? Mum says she's got number 4, which is good. Question 5. Mount Denali is the highest peak in which country? You're doing well if you get question 5 right. Question 6. Who invented the early steam locomotive, the rocket, in 1829? Question 6. Who invented the early steam locomotive, the rocket, in 1829? Question 7. Bucharest is the capital city of which country? Question 7. Bucharest is the capital city of which country? Oh, Mike Sads. 20 out of 25, 58 out of 75. Well done, Saddlers. Good. Pulled it round, you see. First round, not quite so strong. Pulled it round. Question number 8. In 1974, which country invaded northern Cyprus, effectively splitting the island in two, which is still the case today? Question number 8. In 1974, which country invaded northern Cyprus, effectively splitting the island in two, which is still the case today? Question number 9. Not reading that out. Number 9, 4-mark question. By square kilometre, what are the 4 largest lakes in the Lake District? Question 9. By square kilometres, what are the 4 largest lakes in the Lake District? Give you a minute or two for that one. 19 for the sport, makes 60 for the party pool monkeys. Not reading that one out. What else we got here? Party pool monkeys are good, doing very, very well tonight. I told you, Ali and Mike, just stick in after that first round. My father-in-law the same, you've got to stick in. It's a marathon, not a sprint, this. Okay, question number 10. The Antonine Wall was built by the Romans in which country? Question 10. The Antonine Wall was built by the Romans in which country? To keep the savages out. Question number 11. You've got 4 choices for this question. And here is the question. Is the population of the Lake District National Park nearest to 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 or 60,000 people? Question 11. Is the population of the Lake District National Park nearer to 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, or 60,000 people? Yes. There's only one lake in the Lake District. In terms of its true name, yes, there is only one lake in the Lake District, but they are classed as lakes and would have been inside the Lake District National Park. So, Don Perignon, you are correct. Technically, you are correct, but they are known as the lakes. And it's only by name. Question 12. Which fleet of ships did Spain send to attack the British in 1588? Question 12. Which fleet of ships did Spain send to attack the British in 1588? Gary, yeah, not that old Luke Chestnut. Yeah, it's out again, guys. Oh, Team Penrith having a lovely evening. What they got? Oh, they're having a good time. Look at that. They're all down the table there, enjoying the quiz. I think Katie's got a onesie on. Looks nice around there. Is there a whiskey sour around? Let's have a look. No, I can't see it. We're very focused tonight. I don't think there's any alcohol going on around there. Question 13. Which country is Pyongyang the capital city of? Question 13. Which country is Pyongyang the capital city of? It's on my bucket list. I have a very weird bucket list of places I'd like to visit, and it's on there. Question 14 is a 2-mark question. Which two types of aeroplane helped Britain win the Battle of Britain in 1940? Question 14, 2-mark question. Which two types of aeroplane helped Britain win the Battle of Britain in 1940? One for each. If you get one, you get one. If you get two, you get two. Oh, Becky says there's no alcohol left. They've drank it all. You're waiting for the delivery. I bet there's some clinking down the drive when he comes with his boxes. Hardly be able to lift him up. Question 15. How many Great Lakes are there in the North American Great Lakes? Question 15. How many Great Lakes are there in the North American Great Lakes? Question number 16. Up until 1664, which city was known as New Amsterdam? Question 16. Up until 1664, which city was known as New Amsterdam? Question 17. Goulash is the traditional dish of which country? Question 17. Goulash is the traditional dish of which country? Question 18. What name is given to the 1086 Great Survey of England and part of Wales by William the Conqueror? Question 18. What name is given to the 1086 Great Survey of England and parts of Wales by then King William the Conqueror? Question number 19. Due to earthquakes and its proximity to the Chinese border, the capital of which large country changed from Almaty to Astana? Question 19. Due to earthquakes and also the proximity to the Chinese border, the capital of which large country changed from Almaty to Astana? It's a huge country. Question 20. Final question. Who was the second female British Prime Minister? Question 20. Who was the second female British Prime Minister? Okay. And here are your questions 1 to 20 again for your final round. Which country's flag sees an eagle devouring a serpent on a white background with green and red stripes either side? That's question 1. Question 2. Hideki Tojo was the general of which country's army during the Second World War? Question 3. On the banks of the River Tiber, landlocked by Italy, which country is the world's smallest by size and population? Question 4, 2-mark question. Her Majesty's yacht, which was launched in 1953 and decommissioned in 1997, what was its name and where is it now a popular tourist attraction? Question 5, Mount Denali is the highest peak in which country? Question 5. Question 6, who invented the early steam locomotive, the rocket, in 1829? Question 7, Bucharest is the capital city of which country? Question 8, in 1974, which country invaded northern Cyprus, effectively splitting the island in two, which is still the case today? There is still a border between the two countries. Question 9, 4-mark question. By kilometres squared, what are the 4 largest lakes in the Lake District? By kilometres squared, 4 largest lakes in the Lake District. Question 10. The Antonine Wall was built by the Romans in which country? Question 10. Question 11. Is the population of the Lake District National Park nearer to 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 or 60,000? Question 12. Which fleet of ships did Spain send to attack the British in 1588? Question 13. On my bucket list, which country is Pyongyang the capital city of? Question 14, 2-mark question. Which 2 types of aeroplane helped Britain win the Battle of Britain in 1940? 1 mark for each. Question 15, how many Great Lakes are there? Question 16, up until 1664, which city was known as New Amsterdam? Question 10 again. Okay, question 10 is, the Antonine Wall was built by the Romans in which country? Question 10. The Antonine Wall was built by the Romans in which country? Question 17. Goulash is the traditional dish of which country? Question 18. What name is given to the 1086 Great Survey of England and part of Wales by William the Conqueror, the then king? Question 19, due to its susceptibility to earthquakes and its proximity to the Chinese border, the capital of which large country changed from Almaty to Astana? And question 20, who was the second female British Prime Minister? Okay, everybody seems happy. Penricers have got question 10 again. So it's fair to say we can... Rachel Kennan, 54 out of 75 so far. Good stuff. Let's go through the answers. What was question 8 again, please? Question 8, quickly. In 1974, which country invaded northern Cyprus, effectively splitting the island in two, which is still the case today? Is that okay for you, Hugh? Give you time to answer that one. So in 1974, which country invaded northern Cyprus, effectively splitting the island in two, which is still the case today? Okay, here are your answers. Question 1. Which country's flag sees an eagle devouring a serpent on a white background between green and red stripes? It's Mexico. Mexico. Question 1. Question 2. Hideki Tojo was the general of the Japanese army during the Second World War. That's it, yeah, Brian Goliath saying the dog and gun in Keswick for goulash, yeah. It advertises its famous goulash, so it does. Question 3. On the banks of the River Tiber, landlocked by Italy, which is the world's smallest country by size and population? It's the Vatican City. Question 3. The Vatican. Question 4. Her Majesty's yacht, launched in 1953 but decommissioned in 1997, was called Britannia. and it is now a popular tourist attraction in Edinburgh. Britannia and Edinburgh for question 4. Question 5. Mount Denali is the highest peak in which country? It is the highest peak in the United States of America, and it is about 8,500 meters high, and it is in Alaska. And I think it's fair to say it's very remote. In fact, I think behind Everest, it is one of the most remote mountains to get to in the world, Mount Denali. Google it. Question 6. Who invented the rocket? In 1829, George Stephenson. The early steam locomotive, George Stephenson. Question 7. Bucharest is the capital city of which country? Romania. Bucharest, Romania. If you want to Romania, you've got to Bucharest. Remember somebody saying. So remember that one. Question 8. In 1974, which country invaded northern Cyprus, effectively splitting the island in two? And it's still the case today. It is Turkey. Turkey invaded northern Cyprus in 1974, and there are still ghost cities and things where the Greek Cypriots had to flee from, which have been untouched since 1974. And the United Nations still have to patrol the border, although it's a little bit more relaxed than it once was. So yeah, it's Cyprus for question 8. Question 9, 4-mark question. By square kilometre, what are the 4 largest lakes in the Lake District? Windermere, Ullswater, Derwentwater and Bassenthwaite Lake. Windermere, Ullswater, Derwentwater and Bassenthwaite Lake. Question number 10. The Antonine Wall was built by the Romans in which country? It is Scotland. It was to keep out the barbaric savages from the north of Scotland. So the Romans built a wall. Question 11. Is the population of the Lake District National Park near to 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 or 60,000? It's 40,000. In fact, it's somewhere between 40 and 41,000. Question 11 is 40,000. Question 12. Which fleet of ships did Spain send to attack the British in 1588? It was the Spanish Armada. Question 12. The Spanish Armada. Question 13. Right on my bucket list. What is Pyongyang the capital city of? It is North Korea. Michael Palin did a great program last year. Pyongyang is the capital city of North Korea. Question 14, 2-mark question. Which 2 types of aeroplane helped Britain in the Battle of Britain in 1940? Spitfires and Hurricanes. Spitfire and Hurricane. Question 15, how many Great Lakes are there? There are 5. Lake Ontario, Lake Huron, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, and Lake Superior. 5 Great Lakes. Question 16. Up until 1664, which city was known as New Amsterdam? It is New York. New York was colonized by the Dutch and in 1664 by the English, and then it became known as New York instead of New Amsterdam. Question 17. Goulash is the traditional dish of which country? It is Hungary. And if you are hungry, it's a good dish to eat because it's very filling. Goulash is Hungary. Question 18. What name is given to the 1086 Great Survey of England and part of Wales by the then King, William the Conqueror? It's the Domesday Book. The Domesday Book. Question 18. Question 19. Due to earthquakes and its proximity to the Chinese border, the capital of which large country changed from Almaty to Astana? It's Kazakhstan. And in fact, they changed the name of Astana to Nur Sultan last year, 2019, but it's Kazakhstan. And they changed that in honour of the president, Nur Sultan. It's Kazakhstan. Question 19. Question 20. Who was the second female British Prime Minister? She will definitely never go on Strictly Come Dancing. It is Theresa May. Question 20. Theresa May. Okay, that should give you a total of 25 marks for that round. Add up your 4 totals. You'll have a mark out of 100. It's 9:57. I told you we'd be finished by 10 o'clock. Get your final scores in. Let's see who's won this week. I'm intrigued, actually. This is a really good, close competition this week. So let's see what we've got. There's a magic trick. What's he doing up here? I'll get that out. My One's got number 4, which is good. Oh, Eve, Tony, Jack and Maxie Hills, 84. Any advances on 84? Cooks & Co, 70. Absolute shocker on round 4, 70 out of 100. Who's that? Oh, Joy and Damien. Chad Pearson, 86 out of 100. Brilliant. Oh, they're all flying in now. Hang on a second. I'm going to have to give this a moment or two. 86, Chadders. Well done to the Pearsons. That's a great effort, that. Who? Mrs. Miller, 82 out of 100. That's a great score. 79 out of 100 for the Parks and McFaddians. Still a good score. Well done. I think 86 is out. We've got 2 86 so far. 84 for the Addicots. Another top quiz. Thanks, Gareth. No problem at all. 76 for Suzanne and Martin in Dereham. 87, Ben Smith, my cousin in Brentwood. 87 for my other cousin in West Hampstead, Davina, Mum and Seb. There's a 2-way tie. Oh my goodness. 81 for Hugh Jundies. Need to get back with Sale of Two Cities next week. 72 for the Wrights on Brigham Road. Des and Ali, wedding anniversary tomorrow. Have a good one. Dave's glasses are just looking for more booze. That's what it was. 84 for the Addicots. That's a great effort. 81 for the Williams. Brilliant. Well done. Patty, Edward, Patrick, etc. and Ian over in Popcastle. 70 for the Cooks. 84 for the Hills. 76 for Belle, Steve and Liv. 74 for the father-in-law and Anne. Through with Dean. 74. Last 2 rounds. Who are those? Good score. Anything else? What we got on the messages? 82 for the Denhams. Top work. 63 for Steph and Jane. Well done to you guys. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Jane and Steph missed Ian who's at work. Big shout out to him. He's a frontline worker. Ian, top man. Keep going. Keep working hard for us all. 83 for the Golightleys. 80 for the Turners. Martin, that's a brilliant effort. Well done, mate. Well done to you and the family. Can't believe my cousin's tied on 87. Craig said he thinks he should have stopped at work. 69. Rachel Kennan, 70. Well done. Borough Boss says, thanks, Blue Nose. No problem at all. Borough Boss, not a problem, my man. 76, Kevin Walsh on his own. Well done. 87 for the Horsley Wilkinsons. We've got a 3-way tie on 87. It's a 3-way triangular tie at the moment. 77 for Borough Boss. Brilliant effort from you. 69 for our Dorset contingent tonight, Tatiana and the gang. So, 70s for the Sowerby's. Too much wine tonight. You can never have too much wine. You can still text. So, Team Penrice, 87. 4-way tie. It's a 4-way tie. It's now a quadrilateral. 2 in Cockermouth, 1 in Brentwood, 1 in West Hampstead. And team numbers 1972 out of 100 for the Lightfoots. Whoa. Oh, look. Oh, nice picture from Mrs. Miller there with my shiny napper on their laptop screen. Lovely. What have we got? Ed on Daleview, first time, 59. He loves the curtains. Thanks, Ed. Thank you very much. The curtains are lovely, aren't they? Chosen by my wife. Got great taste. What else have we got here? 74 for the Allports. Well done, the Allports. Great stuff from you. So, a 4-way tie. 87 marks apiece. For the Penrices, the Horsley Wilkinsons, the Thomas, Davina, Seb and my Auntie Barbara, and also my other cousin Ben, Sam, and the family down there in Brentwood. 4-way tie. Oh, Horsley Wilkinsons are demanding a tiebreaker. Now, I haven't prepared for this. I don't know if the others are still on. I'm not sure if the others are still on. Tiebreaker. Right, okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. It's 10 o'clock, so we'll do it. 73, Tom Murphy, well done. Okay. Ben, are you still on? Let's have a look and see. Oh, 86 for Team Penrice, can't count. Well done, the Horsley Wilkinsons. Great work. I'm not sure if my cousins are still on. I think they've gone. They've gone to bed. Oh, no, Thomas is still here. Oh, and Ben's still on as well. Right, Horsley Wilkinsons. Okay. We've got a 3-way tie now. Penrice's couldn't count, so they're out of the equation. So Horsley Wilkinsons. My cousin Thomas said Penrice's have just bottled the tiebreaker, and Ben's still here. Okay. The tiebreaker question is, and you've got to get your messages in really quickly. to me. Let me just sort a question out. Okay. The nearest to this wins. Horsley Wilkinson's, Smith and Smith. Here we go. Here's the question. In feet, what is the height of the Eiffel Tower? In feet, what is the height of the Eiffel Tower? And you've got 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. Okay. One answer in so far from West Hampstead. One answer in from Brentwood. Oh, you buggers. You've done me here, haven't you? Okay. So we've got two answers that are exactly the same. In Brentwood, my cousin Ben said 900 feet. He is the furthest away, unfortunately. So that leaves Horsley Wilkinson's, Thomas Davina and co down in West Hampstead. They both said 1,000 feet. The actual answer is 984 feet. Okay, so we're down to two. Down to two. Partypool Monkeys 80. Christ, I'm glad you didn't say at 87 or even more than that. You saved me the heartache of doing this. Mike Sadler, 76 out of 100. Good quiz, but quite tough the way it should be. Thanks, Mike. Okay, let's have another question. Let's go for it. Here we go. So Ben, unfortunately, you burned that one. Let's have a look. So okay, so you've got 15 seconds to get me your answer through here. Horsley Wilkinson's and Smith's. And the question is, in feet, how tall is Scafell Pike? In feet, how tall is Scafell Pike? You've got 15 seconds. 10 seconds. One answer in already. 5 seconds. And Horsley Wilkinson's, we need your answers in for in feet. How tall is Scafell Pike, please? Okay. From West Hampstead via Lampler, we have 3,300 feet. From Cockermouth, we have 3,200 feet. The height of Scafell Pike in feet is 3,209 feet, which means tonight's winners with the tiebreaker are the Horsley Wilkinsons. So well played, everybody, tonight. It was an absolute cracker. The first time we've gone to a tiebreaker with a three-way tie of 87 marks out of 100. Congratulations, everybody who took part. If you are able, and you haven't done it so far, to make a little donation to our Just Giving cause to help the most needy in our local community, please do, if you are able. If you aren't, just enjoy the quiz on a Friday night, no problem at all. We'll be back here next week and every week until work situations are reviewed or the lockdown ends, whichever comes first or whatever. So we'll... Kevin Walsh said, I got within 1 foot on that one. I went for 3,210. That's a good effort, that, Kev. You'd have absolutely stormed that if you'd been in the tiebreaker. Huge thank you to everybody for taking part. It's been brilliant. We've got finished on time. We'd have been bang on 10 o'clock if we hadn't gone to a tiebreaker. Big shout out to everybody who's a key worker and those living with key workers and supporting them through this. On behalf of Cockermouth Cricket Club, thank you for taking part again. We look forward to seeing you all next week. Enjoy the long weekend. And until we all meet again next Friday night, please stay safe. Thank you very much and take care.